Stop avoiding these 3 unhealthy foods, because by doing so, you're probably holding your health back more than you are actually helping to improve your health. And especially if you're a woman over 30, we work with hundreds and hundreds of women every year to improve their health as functional medicine doctors. We know that these 3 foods, red meat, eggs, and salt, contain exactly what your body needs. And so that's what we're going to explore here. Let's get started. First up is eggs. And eggs contain a ton of brain-boosting choline and healthy fats, mostly in the yolk. And no, the egg yolk does not raise your cardiovascular risk as much as you've been told. Okay, that's more because of eating too many refined grains and sugars. That's what damages your blood vessels and raises your cardiovascular risk for heart attacks and stroke. Okay, the yolk in here is what contains the choline and the good cholesterol that your body needs for many reasons. Your body needs cholesterol for detoxification, it needs it to build good healthy hormones, and it needs it to build good nerve cells for your brain so that your brain can function at its best. So don't skip the yolk. Many women are actually low in choline, and skipping the eggs only makes that worse. And so instead of going for the egg whites, go for the good whole eggs with the yolks that are ideally organic and pasture raised if possible. We also work with a client who was having memory issues and brain fog, and after telling her to include just 2-3 whole eggs every morning with the yolk for breakfast, a few weeks later, her memory was improved. She was starting to remember things more clearly. She was, prior to that, not getting enough of these healthy fats, and she was starving herself of them, basically, unknowingly thinking she was doing something good for her health. And so I don't want you to make that same mistake. And that just shows the power of these nutrients when you actually bring these into your diet and stop being afraid of what your body actually needs. Next is red meat. So this is important for so many reasons, especially because a lot of women show deficiencies in these nutrients that are in red meat: B12, zinc, iron. And so those are really important because they help with your energy, your immune function, hormone balance, and hair, skin, and nails, actually. And so in the same way that egg yolks are something that we don't want you to avoid, good fatty red meat we don't want you to avoid as well. Right? We want you to focus on eating red meat, especially that's grass-fed and organic if possible, and ideally grass-finished, not just grass-fed. And so if you're tired or fatigued all day, feel like your mood is just not stable, too much anxiety, stress, or too much low mood, or maybe you swing between the two, or issues with hair, skin, and nails, bringing more quality red meat into your diet will only help. We see this week after week working with women, and so it's an easy thing you can make a change to in your lifestyle to help support your health and help start solving these problems that are holding you back from feeling your best. And final tip is you want to aim for about 2 to 3 servings per week. So 3 times a week for dinner, bring in red meat like a grass-fed steak or ground beef. So ground beef, ideally you want the more fatty cut, the 70-30 rather than the 90-10. If you have to settle for 80-20, then so be it. And last but not least, there is salt. And so salt contains a ton of trace minerals that your body needs to regulate its energy. And so if you have fatigue or adrenal fatigue specifically, then being properly hydrated is really important. Dizziness too, if you get dizzy, that can be because your body's not getting the minerals it needs to properly hydrate and give it what it needs to produce stable energy, stable mood throughout the day. And so getting enough salt in your food is crucial. Now, if you have high blood pressure, sure, let's not add more salt to your diet right now, but let's also get to the bottom of your high blood pressure, which is not because of salt, right? It's because of a number of other dietary factors: stress, inflammation. Go watch our other videos to figure out why. But back to salt, your body needs it, okay? So especially if you have low blood pressure. But even if your blood pressure is fine, but you're struggling with these other problems that I just mentioned, then you might need more good quality salt in your diet. And so take, quarter tablespoon and put it on your food. Pink Himalayan sea salt or Celtic salt, that has the most dense concentration of nutrients in it. And you want to, again, sprinkle it on your food. And another hack is to sprinkle just a pinch of it into your water. That actually helps it act as an electrolyte to help your body hydrate better from the water that you're drinking. And that often is underlying a lot of fatigue and mood imbalance that we see with the women that we work with. I know it's simple, but most people aren't doing it. right? Just drinking enough water, let alone water with a little bit of electrolytes in it. And this type of salt, the pink Himalayan salt or the Celtic salt, this is different than the iodized salt, the table salt that you're most exposed to in general. Morton's is the most popular brand, but that is really stripped of all its trace minerals, and that's the difference with the color you see, this nice dark pink versus that white, almost powdery, right? It's very processed and very thin. This is a lot more coarse. When you pick it up and feel it in your hands, it's more like grains of sand in the beach. But that's how you know it contains more minerals. It's more close to its whole food form, less processed. And that's true also, not just with table salt, but also salt that is in a lot of packaged foods. And so in general, as much you want to eat whole foods, cook at home, so you know what's in it, and add real whole food salt. So if this video shifted your view on eggs or red meat or salt, then hit like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments below which of these foods was most surprising to you as a food that isn't actually harming your health, but is actually supporting your body's ability to feel its best. And we'll see you in the next one.